Stephen hesitated a little and said, "My dear, I came to the Orus Hill International Auto Show today." Charlie knew that he was a car fan, and his favorite thing was cars. When he was in college, he used to save a month of living expenses and went to other cities to watch the auto show. So he smiled and asked, "Did you go to see the car again?" "Yes," Stephen said. "This time there are several world-class limited edition sports cars coming to the exhibition. It is very rare to see them." As he said, Stephen hurriedly said, "Oh, I didn't ask you to talk about this." Charlie asks, "Then what are you looking for?" Stephen hesitated for a moment, and then said, "That's it, I saw it at the auto show." "My wife?" Charlie asked in surprise. "What did she go to the auto show?" "I don't know either." Stephen said, "She is with a man, so I called to ask if you know this." Charlie frowned. Claire went to the auto show with a man? Why didn't he listen to her? Although the two of them don't communicate much, they will still tell each other about some things. She went to the auto show with a man. She didn't talk about it to him. Is there anything hidden? Although Charlie is the Wade family young Mr. and Mr. Wade in the eyes of Orus Hill big men, he still lacks confidence in his relationship with Claire. He was also worried that Claire might be tempted outside, so he said to Stephen, "I know Stephen, thank you." Stephen said, "Charlie, my mother called me just now and told me that something happened at home and asked me to go back. You should come and have a look." "Okay," Charlie said, "I'll go and have a look later, you should be busy first." After hanging up the phone, Charlie parked the electric bike on the side of the road and took a taxi to Orus Hill Convention and Exhibition Center. The Convention and Exhibition Center is a large-scale real estate project that specializes in undertaking various exhibitions. Basically, large-scale exhibitions in Orus Hill are held here. Charlie entered the exhibition hall, and when he looked around, he was surrounded by ordinary citizens watching the auto show, and the surrounding platforms were also full of luxury cars. Here, the starting point is the imported luxury cars such as the Audi A8, including luxury sports cars such as Lamborghini and Ferrari. In the center of the exhibition hall, on the highest platform, there is one red and one black. A top luxury sports car. These two cars were the ones that Solomon White and Chin Gang gave to Charlie. An Aston Martin 177, a Bugatti Veyron Hermes Special Edition. These two cars are also the two super luxury cars at the finale of the entire auto show. The surroundings of the two cars are almost surrounded by audiences and reporters. Besides the two cars, there were two strong and mighty security guards. The security guards turned their backs to the two luxury cars and formed a circle facing the crowd so that the crowd could not touch the cars. The host is introducing, saying, "These two cars have already been ordered away. They are personal items. You can watch and take photos, but you can't touch them. Thank you for your cooperation." A reporter couldn't help asking loudly, "The auto show has just started, and both cars have been booked?" If it is not convenient to reveal, who are these two rich men? The host smiled slightly and said, "It's not two rich men, but one rich man." "One?" The reporter exclaimed, "Could it be that two cars were bought by one person?" "Yes." The host nodded and said with a smile, "These two cars are indeed owned by the same rich man." The host's words left everyone stunned. Both of these are the world's top luxury cars. It is rare to see them in normal times. There are not even a few in China, so they were bought by the same person in advance? You know, this level of a luxury car cannot be bought simply by money. Aston Martin's 177 is only open to members of the Aston brand, and the buyer must have 3 or more Aston Martin sports cars worth more than 10 million in order to be eligible for purchase. This is the only way to qualify. This car is limited in the world. There are only 77 cars in more than 200 countries around the world. There is not even one in China. The Bugatti Veyron Hermes Special Edition sports car is more difficult to purchase because Bugatti itself serves the world's top rich, Coupled with Hermes joint customization, it is simply expensive. These two cars were actually bought by the same person, which shows that this person's identity and status are astonishingly powerful. However, Charlie's eyes were not on these two cars. He was looking for Claire's figure everywhere in the crowd. When he repeatedly searched for a long time and couldn't find her, he suddenly heard a man next to him say, "Claire, come and take a look at these two cars. These two cars are really the best in the world, even I have never seen them." Charlie turned his head when he heard the sound, and saw Claire, a man, and a woman still following her. The men's suits and leather shoes looked greasy, while the women's clothes were cool and slim, but they were far worse than Claire's. At this time, Claire was following the person, smiling slightly, and said, "Manager Gao Junwei, I don't have much research on cars." The person called Mr. Gao Junwei laughed and said, "I have a deep research on cars. After all, our convention and exhibition center often undertakes some auto show activities." Seeing that Claire was keeping a normal distance with the other party, and also called the other party's manager Gao Junwei, he guessed that she might be out to talk about cooperation, and he was suddenly relieved. Since his wife is here to talk about cooperation, if she finds out at this time, he might be misunderstood by her, so Charlie is ready to take the opportunity to slip away. Unexpectedly, as soon as Claire raised her head, Claire glanced at him and asked in surprise, "Charlie, why are you here?"